And now I'm very proud and honored to welcome back a friend of many, many years. She's been here before. She's a national treasure, Maya Angelou.
Thank you, sir.
Wow. 50 doctor degrees.
Yes.
Wow.
A great blessing.
What do you do with all of them?
I lend them out to friends.
You do? Oh, that's fantastic. Listen, what's the greatest thing that's happened in your life since you were here last?
The greatest thing, it's a strange word to use,
Yes,
but
pick a different
the
word.
most important thing to me personally was the death of my mother. When I was here, you looked into the camera and said to my mother, you asked me, what's her name? I said, Vivian Baxter. You said, Vivian Baxter, nothing can separate you from the love of God. Cancer cannot separate you from the love of God. And when I went home in North Carolina, and she was on the last bed, she said, do you remember what Robert Schuller said? Nothing. In her voice, she had lung cancer, she had emphysema, and she said, did you hear? Nothing. Nothing. And we cried and laughed together. So I thank you for that. The absence, the physical absence of her is terrible. But the truth is, nothing separates her from me now.
Your new book, oh, you've written many, but your new book is a gorgeous title. Even the stars look lonesome.
Yes.
Even the stars look lonesome.
I meant there are so many uncounted billions of stars and lights and illuminations. And yet when you look up, they dare to look lonesome. So I think we ill-treat our children and ourselves. We do them a disservice by making them think they always have to be in company. They always have to be with somebody. And so because they believe that, many of our children run out, join gangs. Many of our young women risk their lives, physical lives and psychological lives, because they have to be in company. Many young men just lose everything because they have to be with somebody. I think it is wise to remember that it's all right to be by yourself with God. The statement is one person with God constitutes the majority. Good Lord. Oh, that's so fantastic. I'm encouraging young men and women to try to be without the company of another person, even a wife, even a husband, even a child. Just sit and listen. You might ask yourself some important question. You might get an important answer. And most important, in the solitude, you might hear the voice of God. Might saying, go there, do this, stop doing this, try. There's a great spiritual, that was written when the black people could not say they truly owned themselves. They were purportedly owned by somebody else. I don't know how you own another person, but they wrote a song which is, if the Lord wants somebody, here am I, send me. Isn't that thrilling?
Yeah, keep going. What's the next verse?
No, but it's so important to be quiet so you can hear the voice of God. That's what we ought to do. We ought to take long walks, swing our arms, look all, as the old people say, indifferent. Dare to be alone. with God.
Did you learn that through the pain of
Yes.
your own loneliness?
Yes.
How long a period of time were you unspeaking? You did
About
not speak?
7 years.
7 years, never spoke a word out of your mouth.
Well, on the odd occasion, I would speak to my brother, who I trusted, who I'm happy to say is here with me today.
Really, where is he? Have
Right
him
there,
stand.
Bailey
Stand up.
Johnson.
Your brother,
That's
how do
my
you do? Oh, how wonderful.
He's everything. You know, he's my older brother. He's, as you can see, a small person. I'm 6 foot. He never let me forget that he was 5'5" and my big brother. So that was the only person I would speak to.
I know why the caged bird sings. Is that still your most significant book after all of these?
Well, it's been on the New York Times bestseller list for 3 years, so
It's not too bad.
It's done well. This one is I think my last book is always my most cherished. Do you feel that way?
I agree with that, yes.
Yeah.
And my best one is the next one that I haven't written yet.
That's it. That's it.
Even the stars look on. Why did you write it? What's its mission statement?
Well, it is said that a good speaker has 6 topics and 1 theme. I think I do. I have 2. One is, you may encounter many defeats, but you must not be defeated. It may even be necessary to encounter the defeats so you can see who you are. And also know that there is a greater power to whom you can plead your case. So then you find out, oh, I'm tougher than I thought I was. And hopefully people stop whining. Whining is terrible, you know. It makes you look ugly, for one thing. And the other thing is, whining lets a brute know that a victim is in the neighborhood.
Hey, that's true. That's pretty good. That's really pretty good. Yeah, is that in the book?
No?
Yeah, your best stuff is still coming out. Oh, wow.
So
That's a great line.
one of the themes. And the other is that human beings are more alike than we are unalike.
So profoundly true.
Somehow
I'm trying to do that in religion in
Yes,
this
I
world.
know.
In the religious
I know
movements.
you are.
My goodness.
I'm so proud of the ministers, that the organization you founded here and brought from all over the world. The ministers gathered together to say, let us see each other. Let us see, as Christians, Christ in each other. I mean, if you happen to be fat or thin or tall or short or plain or pretty, or black or Asian or Jewish or Native American, Korean, I mean, what? You want the same things I want. You want safe streets. You want healthy children. You want a chance to go to church on Sunday or Saturday or sometime, to hear a good lecture, hear a good preacher talk. You know, someplace to party on Saturday night. Everybody wants to dare to love somebody and have the unmitigated gall to accept love in return. That's in Paris, Texas, and Paris, France. It's true. It's true.
This book is at all the bookstores now, right?
Yes.
It'll be on the bestseller list very soon. Is it on there now?
Yes.
Okay. Whatever number it is, move it up. And it's a wonderful Christmas gift. And it is so easy reading. Some poetry can be boring and so ambiguous that I lose connections, but not when you write.
Thank you.
I'm a good enough writer to know a good one when I read one.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
Read us the poem. You have the poem in here, Paul Laurence Dunbar.
Yes.
And I love Paul Laurence Dunbar. You know it by heart.
Yes, I do.
Give it to us.
All right. This is a poem, a black man speaking to his son. And it's an important poem because so many people are told, especially young men, are told that men don't have to look after their children and do not naturally do so. Men naturally look after their children, despite the words in the papers to the contrary. Most of them do, or we wouldn't even be here. So this poem was written in 1892, a black man talking to his son. Little brown baby with sparkling eyes, come to your papa and sit on his knee. What you been doing, sir? Making sand pies? Look at that bib, you as dirty as me. Look at those hands. That's molasses, I bet. Come here, Miranda, clean off his hands. Boy, the bees are gonna get you and eat you up yet, being so sticky and sweet. Goodness land. Little brown baby with sparkling eyes, who's papa's darling? Who's papa's child? Who is it never once tries to be cross or to lose that smile? Where did you get those teeth? Boy, you a scamp. Where did the dimples come from in your chin? Oh, Papa don't know you. I believe you're a tramp. Mama, here's some old straggler around here trying to get in. We don't want no stragglers hanging around here. Let's give him away to the big booger man. I know he's hanging around here somewhere. Booger man, come in the door. Here's a little boy you can have for to eat. Mama and Papa don't want him no more. Just gobble him up from his head to his... I knew that would make you hug me up close. You go away, old booger. You shan't have this boy. He ain't no straggler nor stranger. Of course, he's Papa's darling and sweetheart and joy. Come to your pallet, baby. Go to your rest. I wish you could always know ease and clear skies. I wish you could stay just a babe on my breast, Papa's little brown baby with sparkling eyes.
If I tell you this, you'll all be jealous, but she autographed it to me with the nicest words. Thanks, Maya Angelou.
Thank you very much.
God loves you, and so do I.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you.